This is Fountain Pendulum, and in this video, we're going to be covering cleaning out Vac Systems. So here I have a Pilot Custom 823, and it has a vac filling system on it. And the vac systems on various fountain pens are going to vary somewhat, especially in that some of them have a nib unit that is removable. So in some cases, you can unthread this or have a friction fit nib and feed that you can remove and freely access the vac reservoir through this end. But for some pens, such as this Pilot Custom 823, that is not the case. Now, you can remove the nib and feed system, but it would void your warranty. So I have not done that, and I don't know if I ever will in the future. It's up in the air. But so for those of us that either are fearful to void our warranty or we have not summoned the courage to remove our nib and feed, we're going to be doing this in that manner. For those of you who do have the ability to remove your nib and feed or already had, it makes cleaning out a vac system more approachable and faster in that you can use a bulb syringe and some water and just more rapidly flush this whole system out. But what I'm kind of proposing in this video is that cleaning out vac systems aren't really as bad as the reputation that people have given them. And that reputation is that they are the most difficult system to clean out. I wouldn't argue that specifically, but what I'm proposing, I guess, is that it's just not as bad as everyone says it is. To me, it's not that much more difficult than cleaning out a piston filling pen. So hopefully with a couple tips here, we can get you cleaning out your vac system more rapidly and not have such a hesitation to be doing it in the first place. In fact, some people specifically devote a specific color ink to their vac system pen so that they can minimize and reduce cleaning. So, that's not a bad idea, but you definitely want to make sure that you're still cleaning out your nib and your feed regularly, especially with a toothbrush. That way, you're kind of washing away if properties of ink, especially if there's any drying that happens from long periods of time without using the pen. So pieces of ink can dry up. And then also, if you're using anything like shimmer and sheen, these properties also can kind of accumulate or add clogging. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Normally, I would be doing this cleaning and flushing and so on at a sink, but for today's purposes, we will be doing it with just 2 vessels of water, and I'll just be keeping this one clean and this used as my discard. So you can see that my vac system is well emptied, but there are beads of color. This did have the Ferris wheel press Candy Marsala in it. So I'm going to start just by getting this all dirty up. So we're just going to go ahead and swish this nib and feed around in the water and kind of loosen things up a bit, just like that. And then I'll take my brush. This is a soft bristle brush, and I purposed to get these toothbrushes that look nothing similar to the one that I use for my teeth because in my experience, though you think, oh, I would never confuse the one with the other, it may or may not happen to me. So, oh well. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So I'm gonna pull the piston down and fill it, and then I'm just gonna swish it around a bit. Let the water do the work for you. I think too often people are just kind of operating this back and forth over and over again, and it's irritating and time consuming and actually not good maintenance for your pen. Okay, so I've swished it around. Now I'm going to discard it entirely. And make sure that you keep your nib, lowered into your cup when you click it at last because it can spritz water and you don't want to make a big mess. Okay, so next, let's operate this again. There we go. Okay, shake it around one more time. And discard. Okay, now at this point, this is already reasonably clean, but there's remnant. So this is what I want to show you, is instead of operating that over and over again, now that I got most of it out, I can actually just go like this, back and forth, without, you know, having to completely do that whole clicking and discharging. It takes a little extra time and the sounds are annoying. So just by operating this over and over again, just back and forth. Okay? All right. So last time, let's give it a shake. Clean the feed one more time now that things have soaked. Okay, now I'm going to empty it and empty it again. All right. Was that so bad? It's like squeaky clean. And if you wanted to, you can even operate this a couple more times just for a good measure. Like, it's up to you, but I guess my point is it's not really that bad at all. Like, this is absolutely thoroughly cleaned. And I would argue that's even faster than a piston filler, especially if you can't remove the nib and the feed. Okay, so now we're going to pull the piston all the way back and simply let this paper towel absorb the excess water. There's the, you know, that trick of like swinging this to empty out the water. So just make sure you have a good grip on it and have some paper towel around it, but that will kind of flick out the water that's remaining in the nib and the feed. Okay, all we have left that's completely clean. There's no color remnant there. It's just clear water. Everything is absolutely clean, beautifully done, and quite dry. There's actually very little ink left in there. So that's it. Super quick, super easy, and you can either continue to let this dry in a paper towel before you re-ink it, or you can let it air dry. The choice is up to you, but we are ready to go. Quick and simple. Thank you for watching. It's all up to you now. Love your Vac Systems.